My name is Aaron Stanford. I'm playing Will Traveler.
Okay, cool. Tell us about the show.
It's about three friends who graduate from Yale together, and they all decide to go on a cross-country trip, one last hurrah before they all get jobs and become adults. And along the way, something very, very unexpected happens. They decide to start off the trip in New York City, and my character, Will Traveler, says, "I have a great idea how we can start this whole thing off. We're gonna pull a prank. We're gonna rollerblade through this really austere museum. We're gonna blade around the exhibits and then get out of there before the guards can catch us." And these guys have all been best friends for like 2 years. They've done pranks like this before. So they pull the prank. Two of them get out. My two friends get out, and I'm nowhere to be found. They call me on the cell phone afterwards and say, "Where are you, Will? What happened?" And my character says, "Did you get out?" 2 seconds later, the museum explodes completely. They have to run away. They go back to the hotel. They find out all my stuff is gone. The car that I parked is gone. They're on television. They're wanted men. They're suspects in the bombing. They don't know what's going on. So the whole rest of the episode is them trying to get away from the police and trying to figure out basically who I am, what my character's story is. Did I do this on purpose? Was this a plan? Did I in fact set them up? Was I under duress? Who really is Will Traveler? Who is this guy? Well, it came to me. They gave me the script, and I read it, and I just thought it was fantastic material, and it just really kept me engaged the whole way through. And I think especially in a in a TV series, I think one of the most important aspects is do I want to know what's going to happen next? Do I really want to know what's going to come next? And I read the script and I said, absolutely, I'm dying to know what happens next. So that was one of the main factors in deciding to take the project. Well, I think what sets Traveler apart from what's on television right now, a lot of those procedural crime dramas and things like that, are it really focuses on these three guys, on these three characters. It's about their relationship. It's about their friendship, it's not just about the technical aspects of how the FBI tracks fugitive criminals. It's really more there's more humanity to it, I think, and that's another thing that drew me to the project. Yeah, Logan Marshall Green, who's and Matt Bomer, both two fantastic young actors and really great guys. We've gotten along really well so far on the shoot, and they play Tyler Fogg and Jay Burchell. And we're best friends. We went to Yale grad school together, and we've been thick as thieves ever since. And just a bunch of guys who like to have a good time and have a very strong bond with one another. There's a lot of trust there. There's a lot of love there, and that's what I think that's why the impact is so great when this happens. It just shatters them, and it really challenges their ideas of what that meant. What was that friendship? What was that relationship? Was it a lie? So that's really one of the main issues that they grapple with. Will Traveler is going to be very interesting it's going to be very interesting to find out how he develops. As I said, I don't know very much. They don't tell us very much. So I have ideas of my own as to how he's going to develop, but that remains to be seen. In the episodes to come. I hope he's complex. That's all I can say. I don't know if I want him to be hated or if I want him to be loved. I want him to be interesting and multi-layered and complicated and human. I'm thrilled to be working with David Nutter, the director. He's fantastic. He's really an actor's director, which is sort of a rare breed in today's industry, and it's great to work with someone who loves actors and who listens to them and who wants your input and who wants to work with you collaboratively, and it's a real treat. I think the audience is all over the map. I think it's a show for everybody. I mean, young people are going to love it because they're going to relate to the main characters, but the cast is the cast covers the gamut of age ranges, and there's a lot of great older actors who are playing characters. Tyler Fogg's father, and there are all the entire intelligence community, FBI agents, and that whole section. I think it's gonna relate to a wide audience. There is a lot of action. It's a very fast show. It's a very exciting show. But I think it's also there's more depth than that. You know what I mean? There is attention paid to building and creating interesting characters, complex characters, and there's attention paid to the relationships that they have and the interactions they have with one another. So I don't think I'd put it in any one genre, you know what I mean? I think it sort of transcends and crosses a lot of boundaries. The best way I can describe it, this is a show that's about friendship, domestic terrorism, and political intrigue. So I think those pretty much universally interest everyone. Particularly, what's universal is the friendship aspect. Just the love that these guys have for each other, and the questions that it raises about, you know, do you really know your best friends? You know, who can you trust? You know, so I think that's something that's really going to have a really universal appeal. The issues of the government, I think that there's going to be a lot of, as I said, political intrigue and what really goes on in our countries just outside the periphery of our vision. You know, if you read the headlines, what really is in that headline if you don't take it at face value? You know, what really happened when they give you when they give you a story? Is that really what happened, or is that just sort of the face that's been put on it? You know, if you read between the lines, what do you actually see? The show has been brilliantly constructed to, at least the pilot has, to just be the ultimate cliffhanger. I mean, you're just dying to know what happens to these kids after this incredibly unexpected event happens and just completely turns these guys' life upside down. They're suddenly in, you know, they're through the looking glass. They're in a whole new world, a whole new reality they never knew existed, even though it always existed all around them. And you know, their only option and their only out is themselves. They can only trust themselves. They can only rely on themselves, and they have to solve this mystery. What happened? Who is this guy, Will Traveler? Why is this going on? Who sold those shares over the stock market? Who's behind this whole thing? What's the plot? What's the conspiracy? If it is a conspiracy, what's going on? So I think a lot of the fun and what's going to keep people coming back for more is being able to put together the puzzle themselves, you know, watching it episode by episode and figuring out what's happening along with the characters. Probably the biggest films that I've done are the X-Men films. I played Pyro in X-Men 2, and we just finished filming X-Men 3 a little while ago. It's coming out May 26th. And there's also a film I did called The Hills Have Eyes, which is a Wes Craven horror film remake. The original one was made in '76. This is a remake by Alex Aja. And I have a comedy. I've done a lot of independent films. The very first film I did was a film called Tadpole with Sigourney Weaver, which some people will know it there. Not a lot, but some people will know. And I did a lot of independent film in New York City. One that I have coming out soon is a comedy called Live Free or Die. It takes place in New Hampshire. It's about a couple of sort of hopeless, bumbling wannabe criminals, and so I hope we'll be seeing that soon. It's an intelligent, fast-paced, exciting show with a lot of integrity, and you know, I can't wait to see what happens.